Hey, call me Shape. And today I'm reacting to a video titled, Women Over 40 Feel the Pain as Men Run Away. Let's get right into it.
Where are all my ladies that are over 40, single and dating? Like, what's going on out here? It's scary. It's very scary. There's something in the air. There's something in the water. What is it?
I'll tell you what's in the water. Old women. Old women and urine is in the water. And they all want us to swim. We ain't trying to swim in your swimming pool, okay? But she's not the only one. A lot of women over 40 are having a huge problem. Here's a woman who was once a wife and now she's divorced. And she's discovering it's a lot harder for a single woman over 40 in the dating market. Let's listen to what she has to say.
All right, y'all. I'm frustrated today. Cause y'all, why y'all be setting me up for failure? Why ain't nobody tell me how difficult it was gonna be going from a wife to a single woman? Y'all, I swear to God, I'm dying out here. I'm dying. SOS, SOS. Man, y'all, I need help. I need help. Like, I don't get it. I'm stuck. Like, man, once you've been a wife, it is damn near impossible to morph back into a girlfriend. Baby, I'm a wife. When I go in at 100. I don't know how to pretend like I like you a little bit when I know I like you a lot. You know, and a lot of people be like, oh, that's too aggressive to tell a guy this. Why? Why I'm acting like I don't like you when I know I do? And hell, I want to know that you like me at the same capacity. Because if you don't, what we here for? What we doing? We just wasted each other time. Y'all, I'm not that person. I can't pretend like, you know, oh, I only like him a little bit. Or why are we pretending at all? We 3? Like, I'm trying to figure out if you for me and I'm for you. You know, because if not, can you please move over? Because I want him right there, the one that's for me, who gonna be my forever person. And if that ain't you, and you don't want to participate in the process of me finding out if that's you, then you wasting my time. You wasting your time. Y'all, I can't get it. This ain't working for me. Like, I'm a wife. I ain't supposed to be nobody's girlfriend, pretending like I like you and then waiting a little bit to respond back to your messages when I know I want to respond right back, and I want to check on you, and I want you to check on me, and I want to be up under you, smelling you, your scent on my clothes and mine on yours, and I gotta pretend like I don't like you. Man, where y'all get the scripts from? Like, how y'all know? Like, I don't even know what to do or how to do it right. Like, I give up, man. I give up. I ain't no girlfriend, man. I'm a wife. I'm a wife, man. Forget it. Forget it. Don't even worry about it.
It's funny that she said she's not a girlfriend, she's a wife, but you were married. So you were a wife until you wasn't. And now you out here trying to play this thing all over again and see if you can, you know, test your chances again and find love again and find your forever person. But what happened to your original forever person? Hey, listen up, Shape Squad. Are you tired of being ignored by women? Well, download my free ebook, Be Attractive and Shut Up. It's going to teach you how to master attraction, build unshakable confidence, and win with women without words. Because chances are you're not ugly. You just talk too damn much. So download my free ebook, Be Attractive and Shut Up, and take control of your dating life right now. Now let's get right back to the content. You said you're not a girlfriend, but you got a divorce from your husband to be a wife again? So, oh, you thought you could just swap husbands out. Oh, I get it. See, the funny thing about commitment is that everybody wants commitment, but they don't commit. Everybody wants commitment, but they don't commit. You weren't committed as a wife. When you get married to somebody, you understand that's a covenant with God, right? I know a lot of people don't believe in God. So if you don't believe in God, why get married, right? Marriage is a spiritual thing. I get it. We have legalities to it, but the legalities ain't good for everybody. Okay? So I'm saying this to say it like this. A covenant, you know, the vows that you take in, your covenant really says that, well, let me put it like this. What's the wages of breaking a covenant? What's the wages of breaking a covenant? Well, it used to be death. That's why they have one of the vows, till death do us apart. Because that means the only way we could separate and break this contract of ours, which is the difference between a covenant and a contract. There's a difference, but let's call it a contract, is if one of us dies. So I'm trying to figure out why you thought it was a good idea to leave your marriage. I would like to know that. Like, you know what? Tell me what's a good reason. You know, looks like you have, you know, the cross tatted on you. You got tats all over your body. You're a modern woman trying to be a traditional woman, and it ain't working out. It's not working out, but it doesn't surprise me. You're not the only one. There's a lot of women out here trying to play this, I'm going to be a modern woman with traditional results. And it fails miserably every single time. Because you guys don't understand the game. You don't understand the game. See, the way this game works in a dating game, as you get older, your chances get slimmer when you're a woman. And as you get older as a man, your chances grow. Now, I know this is unfair, but life's not fair. And we got to work with this differences of an outcome when it comes to the gender. But women don't want to work with it. No, they don't want to. They want to play inside the game. No, they don't want to color inside the line. No, they want to play outside the line, make their own rules, and everyone has to follow them. Because it benefits them. It doesn't benefit anyone else, but it benefits them. Anyway, let me let her speak, give her take on what's dating over 40, and then we'll respond.
So, dating in your 40s is really interesting because you have never been more soft and also more fierce. It's a paradox, but it's amazing because you are totally true to yourself. You know what you like, you know what you don't like, you've seen this movie before, and you just know what you're not going to go for, right? But you also have put together a list of things that you desire. And at the same time, though, you are more vulnerable because there's this power and vulnerability, but at the same time you command respect and boundaries. And I'm talking about a real 40-year-old, someone who's done work and takes accountability and is relatively emotionally intelligent. But I have to say, my 40s have been such a game changer. You know, you start late 30s, you're starting to open your eyes, but 40s just changes. You accept yourself in your entirety, like, this is me. And not in a this is me way where it's like take it or leave it, right? Because we can all have room to grow and get better. And even in my 50s, there's going to be a whole another series of realizations. But it's kind of like you're an acceptance of yourself. This is my character. This is who I am. I love this about myself. I don't love this about myself. This is what I need to work on. It's an evolving process. I think that ultimately anybody you meet is going to be a bonus because you're not coming from a place of need. You're coming from a place of, I want this, but I don't need it. And there is such power in that because basically you're looking for a highlighter, right? I have the text. I have my black and white text, but someone comes in and they're just a highlighter. They just make the text bounce off the page a little bit more than it already does. And I just think that's amazing. And like I said, you have this patience and this calmness that just allows you to wait. So dating in your...
So it's so funny to me that, by the way, what's distracting me about this whole clip is her obvious filter. If you look at her glasses, her shades, they keep fumbling around. And not because anything's happening in the lighting, it's just because she has a filter on, but she's trying to pretend like her skin's so smooth. Ladies, I don't know why y'all play these tricks and y'all act like y'all don't get caught. We actually don't expect a woman in her 40s to have smooth skin, even though you said you're the softest you've ever been. Yeah? Says who? Says who? Look, one of the things we have to understand is that if we're going to talk about dating and intersexual dynamics, we got to tell the truth. Right? We got to tell the truth. And women are like children, right? You don't got to teach children to lie. They lie on their own. You don't have to teach a child how to lie, okay? If anything, you have to teach a child how to tell the truth. That's why a lot of men struggle in dating because they've been taught to tell the truth. And when it comes to women, women just lie. You know what I'm saying? So she's lying with a filter. And she's trying to convince you that her life's so wonderful. If it's so wonderful, why are you here on the internet? And people looking at me like, well, why are you reacting to her? Because I'm like a reporter, okay? I'm here trying to solve this dating problem for men, not for women. I'm trying to solve it for men. But the subject is women, right? And one of the things that is a reoccurring theme in a lot of my videos is that women just be lying. Ain't nobody came to you and said, please tell us one big lie, but y'all come to the internet and just start lying. You're not the happiest you've ever been. You're not the softest you've ever been. You were softer. You are softer. If anything, you're more wrinkly now. Your skin's a lot drier. You have a lot less collagen in your skin. And this is the need for the filter. But again, the need to lie. Instead of saying, you know what, this is me and my reality. These are my crow's feet, right? This is the wrinkles I have. You try to cover and hide. But who are you hiding from? Because you're not hiding from us. We know that you're trying to hide it. You're hiding from yourself. You believe if you fool yourself, you can fool us. You're not going to fool us. Nobody expects an older woman to be the softest a woman has ever been. Maybe flabby. Yeah, maybe you got bingo wings. Soft in that regard. Yeah, your skin's hanging. And look, again, I hate to say that this is the reality, but this is the reality, especially if you have fairer skin. If you have fairer skin, the sun ages you so fast. I feel for you. I really do. You know what I'm saying? Because people who are born darker skin, we're never going to know what it's like to lose the collagen in our tissues because our melanin protects us from the sun, okay? But this is just a reality, right? We have our own challenges, and I don't even want to get into that, but we have our own challenges, but we do have our advantages. And everything has an advantage and a challenge. It's two sides of a coin. And so I think the challenge here for women to understand is that what do men want from women? We don't generally like older women. Some men will, yes, there are exceptions, but generally if a man has his way, he wants a younger woman because younger means firmer, more fertile, less stubborn. A lot of women say, you want someone more malleable. Yes, because we don't like, what's the opposite of malleable? Stubborn. Why are you trying to sell us old and stubborn? We don't even like old. You want to be stubborn on top of that? Yeah, we do prefer a woman to be more malleable, molder, guider. We want to lead. That's the whole purpose of leading. You can't you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Yeah, if you want to be a good dog trainer, you're not going to get an old dog. You're going to get a puppy. You can go train an old. The time to train a dog is not when it's old. It's when it's young. But women want to fool you. You want someone malleable. I want someone that I could guide and I could train because guess what? A lot of women have been trained by society and we have to untrain them. They have to unlearn a bunch of stuff. They have to unlearn all the misandry. Yeah, because a lot of them are misandrous. They hate men. Women don't understand men. Men don't understand women. But, I help men with my books. You guys can get my free ebook. I talked about that already. Anyway, moving on. We have more women that's suffering from this, saying dating over 40 sucks. Let's listen to what she has to say and we'll respond.
Want what you want now. We live in a society where everything's like, I want it now. Is this it? Is this him? Is this him? Is this him? Is this him? Oh, no, it's not him. It's hilarious. You have to find the funny and the fun in it because every person you meet, you're going to be like, is this him? Is this him? And you have to realize that people are showing you who they are. So when they show you who they are, you have to believe them. We have to stop making the person that we want be the person that we want to be with. Like, you really are attracted to somebody. Again, you're attracted to your trauma. And my trauma is fine as heck. That's all I'm saying. My trauma is fine as heck. And I'm having a really hard time. I have to talk myself out of it. Like, don't go after the guy that I'm really, really attracted to. Because guess what? He's showing me the signs. And he is. He's showing me the signs. I'm not important. Ain't nobody that doggone busy. Because let me tell you something. I'm busy too. So when people show you who they are, you have to believe it. No matter how much you want that person, no matter how much you want to be with that person, believe them the first time. Want what you want now.
You know what's so sad about all this? And I watch these videos and I look at these women, and the one thing I've always noticed about them, look at this girl. Look at the size of her arms, right? Look at the size of her arms. She says she has a trauma. Her trauma is fine shit. She likes fine shit. Baby, have you looked in the mirror? You're not fine. I always find it so interesting. I find it so interesting. Women demand something they don't bring to the marketplace. You're not fine. Respectfully, look, I didn't make you out of shape and overweight. I didn't. Okay, and you're older than me. You had more time to figure this out than I did. But so many people want a very attractive man who's muscular, who's like the pool boy, right? When it's the beach season, he got little trunks on, he's strong, and you can see his abs, you can see definition. He got definition in his back. Y'all want that from a man, but then y'all also want him to accept you the way you are, not that way. Women, y'all all want a man that's so desirable any woman would want him. But then y'all turn around and be so undesirable, no man will want you. Please make it make sense. Lady, you're so undesirable, almost no man would want you. Think of it like this, right? And I'm going to just break down some of the things you can work on. Your hair is not yours. This is never a flex. It's inauthenticity you're leading with inauthenticity. Just leading with it. Whoever hair that is, it's nice. Whatever head it actually grew from. Yours, we'd rather see a real hair. We'd rather see it. You're not fine. Not genetically, even not by your own work. Look, if you're not the most attractive woman by genetics because you don't have the most attractive face, that's okay. But you know what excuse you don't have? You don't have any excuse to be out of shape and overweight. It's so funny to me. I'm a personal trainer. I help people look their best, lose weight. So many people have this arrogance when they talk about people being unattractive, this and that. But I look at them and I think to myself, but you're out of shape, you're overweight. It's always the other person that's unattractive, not us. We never look to ourselves. And the funny part about it, when you meet fit people, like I'm very fit. I know people can't tell me sitting in the chair, and you might see some bulge in my stomach, but if you need help, go to my Instagram. You'll see how fit I am. I'm just being honest with you. This posture I'm sitting in, though, bunches my stomach together, is not that great, but I have a flat stomach. And you could see my abs. I literally have visible abs. That's just me. Anyway, I'm saying that to say that I'm constantly striving for greatness. People I know that I work with, I work with trainers. There's like 30 trainers in my gym. We all have body dysmorphia. All of us think that we're not fit enough. So we're constantly motivated to work harder and harder and harder. And, when people tell me and I get compliments on my body, it don't hit the same way because not like I don't accept them, I don't like them, but in my mind, I'm still that little scrawny kid that I was growing up that was 120 pounds in high school. But now I'm 180 pounds. But in my mind, I still see that scrawny kid when I look in the mirror. But realistically, I know I'm actually pretty fit and, I'm doing better with my dysmorphia. But I brought all this up to say that the people who are actually fit, they don't hype themselves up like that. Like, I'm constantly working. The reason why I go to the gym day in and day out is I want to improve myself. But it's people like her who feel like they're good enough. They're good the way they are. There's nothing that needs to improve. And then they wonder why dating over 40 sucks. They just wonder. Because the reason why it sucks is because you want the world to change, but you won't change. See, in your perspective, everyone else has to change. In our perspective, with the same mindset as you, you're part of that everyone that has to change. The issue is outside of us, is externally. I'm just saying, work and control the controllables. It's the easiest thing you can do to improve your life. Anyway, like the video, subscribe to the channel blowing up. I appreciate you guys. Check out some of my other videos. And I'll see y'all over there.